This is Radar for On the Radar Entertainment Blog, coming to another edition of Movie Reviews and Observations, number 68. This will be a quick one as I'm going out of town on a trip. So the first movie I watched, I returned to the library by accident. It was starred Omari Hardwick, called Spell, where he works with his big-time company. His father died, so he and his kids and his wife go in this small little plane, and then they're in an accident, and then he wakes up in this old lady's attic, and this lady goes, "I'll nurse you back to health," with a voodoo doll sort of thing from his own bodily fluids and stuff. And he can't get out because it's the middle of nowhere. There's no service. There's no nothing. He has an injury. And the whole movie is him trying to escape, but he's also trying to save his family from this weird voodoo lady who seemed like the whole town in that area, and the sheriff, and everybody, even the black, sheriff, even though this movie is all black people for the most part, is even, in this movie, they can say no matter where you are, you can find some backwater place. So he's trying to get out. And of course, there has to be a sequel, because you think this lady's dead? No, she's not. So this was not a great horror film. The only promising thing about it was very short. It was 80 to 90 minutes. Not bad. Not that bad for a length of a movie. But then the next thing I watched was a TV movie. PBS made it, called Elizabeth is Missing. And supposedly this actress, Glenda Jackson, hasn't acted in years, and she was playing a woman who was dealing with early, Alzheimer's or dementia, and her friend's gone missing, and nobody believes her because she can't remember, so she repeats a lot of stuff, and it turns out that, besides from solving where her friend is, she solves something else at the same time, because, it goes back and forth between past and present, and I say this woman did a very good job in the movie, and the movie was 90-something minutes, so it's like, okay, wasn't that long, good acting by somebody who's a critically acclaimed actor, interesting plot. It says it's based off a best-selling novel. So yeah, overall, it was an okay movie to watch. Wasn't that long. And then I watched the movie Dragon Soldier. The problem is, I watched this movie on a day where the stupid landlord, the housemates were all in there, and they were showing the room out that I'm renting, and they were like talking throughout the movie, making fun of it, saying that guy looks like this guy looks like that. So I probably would have been better if I watched it another time, but I had choices to make. So basically, the small town of Colorado, people are starting to vanish, and they're trying to figure out what's happening. So they sent militia, out there, these mercenaries, led by Ruben Pla, and they discover, because if you see the plot and thing, dragons, so they got to stop dragons, and then you got all the cliche guys in the military backgrounds who are doing this, then there's there's a park ranger, all this other stuff, and then the dragon itself. So okay, it was okay, it wasn't a bad movie. One guy pointed out on my plate that seemed like a movie you watch on Sci-Fi. Yeah, it seems like, it's filmed in Colorado, 90-something minutes, not that long, minimal special effects for the dragon. Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't the best movie, it wasn't the worst movie, but it was at least watchable outside of the people talking and making comments. Then I watched this movie, Aminette, which is very similar to other movies that take place in, like I say, the 1600s, 700s, 800s, 1900s. Not that 100s. The 16th century, the 7th century, the 18th, 19th century, where, it is forbidden to be gay, and these women are stuck on a remote place and they're gay. And this one is where the woman from that movie, where she's coming in New York and she's from England, from Scotland, Saoirse Ronan. She's this rich guy's wife, and he's let her stay with this woman who's a geologist of some sort, or some fossil expert, and it's by Kate Winslet. Kate Winslet, like I just said last week, with Hilary Swank. There's these actresses who may have names, but you really can't pinpoint specific movies or other stuff. I could tell it was her because she's got specific distinguishing features, but overall, I just saw a movie, Lady Portrait on Fire, and some other movies. I can't remember the exact names, but there were multiple movies I watched the last 5 years where it's takes place in the past, and either in a remote area or nobody's around, and these women are with each other because one of them. Oh yeah, there's another one I watched where the woman has to take care of a kid, and she doesn't want to take care of the kid, and finds out it's her ex-girlfriend's child, blah, 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 and stuff like that. And it's all this secret romance that's, people are not a fan of no matter what it was. And it's just different actresses getting opportunity, and it was almost 2 hours long. So, yeah. I wouldn't watch it unless you're really a diehard fan of Kate Winslet as Saoirse Ronan or the filmmaker Francis Lee, because not worth it. So, yeah, the movie Spell, not a great horror film. And look, they're going to have a sequel. Same thing with Dragon Soldier. That looks like it's going to have a sequel. It's a bad, cheesy dragon film, but it's the only movie I would say I would probably watch again, because I didn't really get the full experience. The rest of them, I was like, okay, good actress in a TV movie, and then, So yeah, thanks for listening to another edition of Movie Reviews Observation numbers 68. Wow, 68 of them. For On the Radar Tape Blog, I'm Radar. See you guys next time.